Hey guys, what is up? Am I good to go? Yeah, I am. It is pretty nice. Well, it was nice outside a little bit earlier on, but it's not. But guys, like I said in the previous vlog, I'm gonna be reacting or answering quote unquote the questions or whatever you guys were saying on the last Ross vlog that I actually had. It's thunder and lightning outside here, guys. Hopefully it doesn't touch me. But I decided to come outside and do this stuff. But let's just get right into it. I have my phone and everything there. So purple carnations. Um, this person saying I can't stand your what is that opportunistic sell out PM. Dominicans better stop acting like children and realize what's going on in the world. Where am I supposed to retire in 20 years? Get rid of scared before it's too late. Wake up and stop watching cable. Well, first of all, I don't think we can watch cable because there's no cable in Dominica presently. Hurricane Maria kind of took that away. But when it comes down to really seeing the benefit of the government, and I'm a classic liberal, so if we're looking at the plight of the people and the benefit of the people in terms of getting rid of the government, I would have to agree with you definitely on that, because I personally believe that the government has failed the people, especially when you see a number of businesses are going out one after the other, where next year some businesses are bound to you know come to an abrupt halt. That's I think these are real frogs. Anyways, that's beside the point. That's interesting. But anyways, yeah, so I think they have really failed the people, and a number of people have liked that comment on that. People Nation, why are you all blaming the people? I think you are childish when businesses and institutions close all over the world, but in Dominica. And guys, I have a huge problem with people these days. So because something is happening in some other country, then we have to then say that it has to happen in Dominica. That making sense to you? Because it happens. Because Africa going through drought. When we going through drought, that is a something we have to say. Oh, because it happened in Africa, it have to happen here too. Not just because it's happening in another country doesn't mean it have to happen here. You haven't got to let it happen here. That is the problem I have with people in this day and age. They talk about, oh, because it happened in America, it have to happen in Dominica. America in debt, oh, so let's be in debt too. If Singapore and these places you think like that, they say, oh, America in debt, let us be in debt too. Singapore not in debt, Singapore don't have no debt. A number of countries that don't have no debt. So when people like to come and say, oh, because it happened in certain places, it have to happen. No, that is foolishness. We are a different nation of people. We can put our minds together and do things. Why then do we have to subject ourselves to be oh, that place has this, so we have to have it too? No, we don't have to have no debt. If we take our time and strategize and put things together and put things in place, we wouldn't be having debt and all this trouble there. So I was vexed when people saying about and Proud Islander is the one saying this. Come on, man. Just because it's happening in another country doesn't mean it have to happen in Dominica too. That is nonsense. What do you think Earl's government did just that? Anyways, well, let me go on to something else. Excellent reporting, my friend. Songs like a dire straits ahead. I guess the person is saying song like this, perilous time to come. Big up adventure biker. Yeah, man, I just saying what I see pretty much, and giving my viewpoint on it and making sure that I have the facts before I say stuff. If I don't have the facts, then I'll get back to you or check Dominican News Online or this kind of things there. So I always try to do my best to give some, proper informative reporting, Let me see. Magdalene Thomas. Oh my God, all these people with apartment to rent. This is sad. Barbados has so many educational facilities already. Barbados has so many educational facilities already. They too should not encourage Ross University to leave Dominica. First of all, I understand what you're saying. if your friend is in need, you should help your friend, right? But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of things, it is not Barbados that told Ross to leave, you know. Ross actually left on their own on May 31st to go out to see if they could find other places where they could, you know, settle. Since a lot of things were not in place for Ross to come back to Dominica, Ross decided, hey, let's go out and be in search of a place more suitable, quote unquote, that they deem more suitable for them to go. So it's not Barbados that telling Ross, no, don't come. If you add in more value to me, why would I then reject you though? Hey! Yeah! Apparently they're getting mails mixed up or something like that, so apparently got the wrong mail and stuff. Yeah, so it's not Barbados that go to Ross and say come over. No, Ross actually was going to go to another place, whether it was Barbados, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Grenada, somewhere. If they decided to settle somewhere else, it's not that country's fault. Remember, you have to think of Ross University as a business. They're no longer what they used to be back in the day. They're a business now. You know, Mr. Ross fell in love with Dominica, and you know, he decided to come and build a school here and so forth and so forth. So that's how Ross pretty much elevated itself. But since Talem came into the picture, you know, they're a business. They don't worry about, you know, oh, lovely nature island, these things. They're a business. So whether they went to any other countries, that was up to them to do. I'm sure you might say, oh, Barbados should thing, but if you're coming to bring value to my country, you're still gonna leave Dominica anyways. Why not accept them? Plus, I mean, at the same time, Barbados is still trying to give Dominican scholarships. I know when Ross was in Dominica, they extended scholarships to Dominicans who wanted to study medical or medicine. So I think they're doing the same thing as well, extending that vibes to Dominica. So Nancy George, all I can say is Dominica is open for business. That is very true. Dominica is open for business, for us to band together, put our heads together and try to do something. If not, then we're just gonna fall by the wayside and keep complaining and stuff about Ross leaving and stuff. Yes, I mean, it's good to say the truth, you know, hey, Ross is leaving, it's your fault, or it's, you know, this and that and whatnot. Say the truth, but at the same time, what are we gonna do after all this is over, you know what I mean? Mystelics, you say that Ross, who is that, Vic Fremont, you say, Mystelics, you say that Ross University contributes 40% to Dominica GDP. I find that hard to believe. Well, some people say 40%, some people say 30%, but in the overall picture of things, if it wasn't for Ross and the indirect of other businesses, businesses getting indirect funds from Ross, tours, you know, boat rides up the river, you know, vendors and so forth, ice cream shops and all these things, getting that thing, then the GDP would never be, or the GDP wouldn't be affected if it wasn't for the indirect, you know, as well. So for some people say 40, some people say 30. So yeah, if that is true, it means that Ross is not as important as it's made out to be. What? Dominica economy is extremely poor. Yeah, that's true. Considering that pretty much everything is dying out in Dominica. I mean, agriculture, tourism, construction, just name it. I mean, all these things. Right now, construction, people from foreign have to come to Dominica to help build Dominica back in. I used to tell you that people, and I know a lot of people are involved in construction and are overseas. So a number of things are actually dying down. So yes, Dominica economy is pretty poor and Ross contributed vastly to it. That is a fact. The person is saying the government should promote local development and creativity through technology. I agree with that. They know they should do that, but it's like they're talking, but they're not doing nothing. You know? Hey, let us build the abattoir, let us do certain things, and then these things are built, and what is coming out of it? Let us build a coffee plant in Portsmouth, and let's see, coffee is rotting. So there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking that is happening, but not much is being done. We need local self-reliance is what the person is saying. I agree. So the people have to come together and try something, man. Veronica Cornett, Ross is doing like just like an American companies. It is an American company. They just want everything free. Well, it's not about wanting everything free. I mean, if they contribute into the GDP, it's not anything free that they get in. They're actually making a huge contribution, not getting something free. So, Veronica, I think you need to get that fact straightened out. I'm sure that med student mom, I'm sure that Ross saved money in Dominica, but the students certainly didn't. Our cost of living is a lot lower in Tennessee than it was in Dominica. That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing from the Ross heads that a lot of the students are complaining that Tennessee landlords are not fulfilling what the Ross wants them to fulfill. Just like the landlords in Dominica, that the landlords had to do certain things to make, you know, necessary changes to accommodate Ross standards, so to speak. The landlord in Tennessee ain't doing that stuff. So I don't know where you getting that information, but that's what I'm hearing from not just Ross people, but also the other folks that I know in Tennessee. So stores have what we need. Okay, if in terms of that you're talking about, stores have what we need. Hospitals are close and well staffed. I miss some of the people in Dominica, and occasionally I miss the distraction-free studying. But that is all. I am sad for our friends who are still in Pecan and Portsmouth. I hope that the country is able to attract another business or school to the campus. I hope so as well. But we must not be blaming Dominica. Dominica is what it is. I mean, Ross has been there for 40 years and has graduated over 14,000 people, students. So there must have been something going right here. Although there was not the necessary or the hospitals. Sure, the hospitals were not up to par, I agree. And, you know, there are certain things that you were accustomed to you were not able to get. But remember, guys, you are in the Caribbean. It's a bit different than being in the US. You'll find more fast foods, you'll find more stores everywhere you go, you find more Chinese things, whatnot, boom, and bing. It's a smaller country, so that's understandable. I get what you're saying, but you also have to keep in mind that, you know, the Caribbean is kind of different. You wouldn't find it like America. Lynn Joseph, Ross leaving was not of their doing. Maria has changed the whole prospect on Dominica, which is true. The university has a duty to their students and providing proper facilities for them. It's just unfortunate that Dominica received this mighty blow. The Hurricane Maria was a bigger blow. Lives were lost. I agree. But I also put blame on the government as well for lapsing on that aspect. Because it wasn't from just me hearing. It was also, well, let me say, alleged that the government did certain things or didn't fulfill certain obligations, and Ross was like, okay, and they, you know, left. By Treeway MGTO gang, what? Anyways, he's saying, who want to take 3 flights to get there? Shake my head. Duh. Well, you don't have to take 3 flights to go to Dominica. Just like even me heading to the United States, you have to go from Barbados to Miami, Miami to Charlotte, Charlotte to New York. Or you might have to go from Atlanta, Miami to Atlanta, Atlanta, New York, or, you know, there's always different things. Sometimes you say about 3 flights. It's not only one place they have these things. However, you could take a straight flight to Guadeloupe using Norwegian Airlines for very cheap, especially within, you know, you can watch the time frame given where they actually have flights for like one-way flights for like $50 something or $100. Take a straight flight, then take the boat for $200 or $180 something to Dominica. There's always ways and means of getting things done, but it's important to be informed for you to know these decisions. You can fly down to St. Lucia like I normally do. Fly to St. Lucia overnight, take a boat, and, you know, come up to Dominica. It's much cheaper that way than flying from let's say New York to Puerto Rico to Antigua to Dominica. I mean, yes, you might end up having to overnight somewhere, but taking a straight flight and then the boat is what I advise people to do. So it's up to you. I mean, there's always ways and means of working the system and understanding, but information is very, very important. Benedict say lazy government. Let me see. I'm just gonna do a few more. I am an outsider looking in, and I would like to believe that the PM has Dominica's interest at heart. The guy won't release what? The guy won't release the good news yet, but I suspect something better is coming to Picard. Too many hotels spaced closely and housing projects booming. Don't panic just yet. Well, I hope so as well. I very much hope so. Yes, there's hotels coming up, but there's also hotels that's there already, and they're pretty much empty. So maybe a 5-star hotel might change things. Who knows? So we'll see. Amit Suraj Bali said that. Proud Islander. It's sad, but when one door closes, another one opens. Amen to that. Yeah and amen. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. This guy, New Wave Entertainment, this guy been in power forever and have not taken any step to provide viable employment for people. No damn factories. No innovative ideas, no trade connections, no training programs. Just beg. I think there's some truth to that. But just for playing the devil advocate on this one. There's the NEP program. I think there's that. So the guys don't hold me on this one. I'm just saying, that's some form of employment, right? Let's see. Elizabeth, what is that? Kalines. As a former resident of Dominica, I was there because my husband graduated in 2008. I can see that we are extremely sad. We love the people of Dominica. We love you too. The richness of culture and beauty that surrounded us, definitely the truth. No other place can compare. Our time on the island was very special, and I truly hope that Dominica can recover quickly from this harsh blow. First Maria, not Ross. Actually, it's first Erica, then Maria, because remember, Erica came and pretty much did the damage to the whole place. Threw down all kind of bridges and stuff. So that was first Erica, then Maria, then Ross. I had the opportunity to visit 2 months before the hurricane and bring our son to meet our friends and see the place that we held so close to our heart. We hope to be back with or without Ross. Big up to you, as Dominica holds a special place in our hearts. Our hope is that one of the upcoming medical schools will move into the space formerly occupied by Ross and be able to provide the people of Portsmouth and Picard with business so that they can regain their economic stability. By the way, great vlog. Thanks for telling it like it is. I always tell it like it is. Thanks for your word of encouragement. And of course, I do appreciate you for that. I think a lot of us tend to lose insight as to why we do things, or what is really important. The people of Dominica are important. Business is important. So looking ahead to see, like you said, maybe All Saints might come into Ross, because I know the All Saints students were always making noise about being up in Rosemont and stuff. So maybe that might happen, or another school might come into Ross, or another business or something. I know Clay Harbour was talking about expanding into Portsmouth. I don't know if they still want to do that. Also, although I hear certain parts of Clay Harbour, will close down or something like that. So I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best and see how things go. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is what I think. On that note, I will close. Who said this? Let me find out who said this. I think I probably said the person's name, but let me just see who said this. Elizabeth Kalines said this. So thanks so much for that, Elizabeth. I do appreciate it. We do appreciate it, Dominica. And of course, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here today. So if it's your boy Mystelics, it's your boy Mystelics. Remember to be real and be positive in everything. Let's look for a way forward that we can grow and we can elevate ourselves as a massive, as a unit, as a Dominican people, and then we can possibly look, to see whatever happens next. I have no clue what's gonna happen next. Although I've been hearing about hurricanes, and there are a lot more hurricanes predicted to hit Dominica. So we also have to pray for that as well. Hopefully there will be more wind shears to prevent that from happening. And you know, just hope for the best for Dominica. All is not lost in Dominica, I would say, because Dominica still is, you know, striving and thing. It's just that more people are gonna be it's just that more people are gonna be unemployed at the end of the day. And you know, we gotta have to see how we can, you know, make things a bit better or ease that burden maybe. My only thing is that there's gonna be less spending power, even less than there was before. So that is my only issue here. Yeah, anyways guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Guys, if you want me to do more, there's like a lot of comments on this video. So if you want me to do more, let me know. If you want me to react to more of the comments below of the Ross video that I did, let me know and I will do it. If that's it, then that's it. Anyways guys, about Mystelics, if you like this video, mate, I don't know, I talking so fast sometimes, it does, my brain going fast, man. Anyways, it's about Mystelics on the Mystelics vlogs. If you do like this video, if you do like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications so to get all the videos as they come through. Yes guys, hope for the best. It's your boy Mystelics on the Mystelics vlogs. Remember guys, be real, and always in the circumstances of life, even in Dominica, be real. Enjoy your August Monday. Be positive.